Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum, pretty decent chart at the moment. We have a pretty clear 5 waves to the upside. It's a bit different than on the Bitcoin chart. On the Bitcoin chart, I can count the high on the 23rd of June as the 5th wave up. Here we obviously made a nice higher high and I have a nice 5 wave move to the upside, which could get one more high here. It's a little bit unclear on the shorter time frame. Yeah, but it can certainly push higher because the move down looks corrective so far. However, as I said to you, we've reached targets already. Yeah, we reached my target range between 1960 to 1980. I think it can even go a little higher, maybe all the way up to 2020. But a substantial break above 2020 would make me think that we're already in the larger third wave and that we've basically skipped this wave too. Well, not really skipped it, but that it actually was here and I need to do some relabeling. That is the alternative wave count. We talked about that in yesterday's video, late yesterday. Hopefully that made things clearer. Check out my last video if you want to get a bit more clarity. But I think at the moment it's important to understand, okay, has the downturn already begun? Yeah, or are we still pushing higher? So primary expectation would be to get here at least one more high at the moment because I haven't got any confirmation the trend is shifting. You've got a possible trend line here that you can draw. We've got something similar on the Bitcoin chart. Looks a bit like an ascending wedge. I don't know. I just leave it on the chart. We'll see if it adheres to it. I mean, this has done what it needed to do, right? So it's a bit of a wait and see now. I think the easy money for now has been made in this structure. And now we're getting to a decision point where, I mean, as I said, if it goes way above 2020, I think then we deal with much more significant upside to 2,400, 2,500, because then I need to do some relabeling and the wave 2 would sit here and the wave 1 already finished on the 23rd of June. But I'm not primarily looking for that because this was a very shallow last wave of that wave 1. But then we would already be in the third wave. But this is not typical third wave behavior. It rather matches very nicely what a wave 5 looks like in a wave 1. Okay, so as I said to you before, it won't be an easy ride to the upside, but I would assume we are now in this larger third wave. So price should generally continue to push higher. There is our bullish support level still at 1700. Generally against that level, my focus is on higher. This support level moves together with the price. So if we push higher once more, I would have to lift that up slightly as well. But it has all worked out. So we have 5 waves up now, and now is the time to be watching for a potential turnaround at some point. Yeah. Next major resistance is at 2020. Above that level, we would have 2,140. I'm not sure if we get there. So at the moment, the assumption is, yeah, maybe one more high here to get to $2,000 and then break out of that wedge pattern to the downside. Looking at some of the indicators on the 1 hour, I do not see any bearish divergence, but the 1 hour is not so relevant. However, on the 4 hour, we now start to see some pretty sharp divergences, yeah, which indicates, okay, maybe a drop is coming. On the 8 hour, I start to see a pretty sharp divergence. On the daily chart, yeah, no, this is pretty much reset. No, on the daily chart, I don't see any divergence. This still has space before getting overbought. Overbought is not a useful metric in the crypto world anyway. Oversold is, and here we had a substantial low. We talked about that. So, but yeah, at the moment, I think it's just a bit of a wait and see if we get the breakdown. And I think I would use that ascending wedge for an indication. So as soon as we break out of that wedge pattern to the downside, sorry, I'm just looking for the 1 hour chart here. As soon as we break out of this wedge pattern to the downside, this, what I have already structured here, this ABC structure could play out to the downside in a wave 2. And we have very important support at 1844, then also 1893. And I take here the 1930 level out. We don't need that anymore because we broke above it. Now, I think a very first warning that we are heading down would be a break of the wedge, but it would be too early to confirm. I think it would be better to get a break below the B wave low at 1895 to get confirmation. And then I think I'd be ready to focus on this ABC structure. Not quite yet, because the move down so far is only here in 3 waves, which would indicate one more high might be coming. At least while I record this video. This could of course turn into a 5-wave move down, especially if we break below the wedge pattern. But at the moment, yeah, it's what can I say? You know, the primary expectation worked out. We're now in the decision area, and now we need to wait for a signal that is turning around. Until that signal comes, the trend is up. Okay, I think that sort of sums it up. And so far, my tactic has been take some profits, and I will scale in as we sell off. Okay, but I have kept still a position in case we go higher, and then I will take some further profits, just because I think we are sort of getting to the area where this 5-wave move should be nearly over. Okay, that's my update about Ethereum. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.